Good evening, everybody, and very quickly, they didn't bother with announcing players and anthem and stuff. They just went. So we're underway. This is the seventh annual Agganis All-Star Boys Lacrosse game. This is game 8 of 9 in the 2018 Agganis week. The North in blue, and they throw it and they hit it off the crossbar. Hasnat Mogul from Malden is the goaltender for the South. Benjamin Zerlo from Salem. He's going to Alabama, Huntsville. Kids are going to school everywhere. So the South in white, the North in blue. South in possession, trying to make a play from behind. And he banged it off went around and took a step like he was going to go behind the net and then step back and try to sneak one in. And a nice play by Jerslow to make the save. And I believe that was Matthew Rodding of Beverly with that little sneaky move. South back at it. Walking in, they throw it in. Walking right in and firing it past. And I think it was Jordan Garcia of Lynn English. Numbers are hard to pick up. 6, 8, 11. So it was 6, it was not 8. And that's Craig Claflin of Catholic Memorial. Bodies go down. Steve Driscoll for Fenwick is the coach of the North. Todd Pierce of Swampscott, coach of the South. Oh, nice pass out in front. A good hard shot. North quickly ties it up. And I believe it was Connor Boyd of Malden Catholic. So Connor Boyd of Malden Catholic gets it even. And this is like hockey. They just jump over the boards and make substitutions in and out. No timeouts. Just jump in. Scoring, squeezing between a couple of defenders and snapped it off. And you just keep everybody's substitution after the goal. And he's coming over to the sideline so I can pick up his number. Matthew Rodding of Beverly got the goal to make it 2-1 the North, or the South, excuse me. This has gone back and forth. This is the 7th game. This is the baby of the group. This is the last event to be added on. It was football only for a long time. And then they started adding and adding and adding till they finally come up with 9 events for the week. Lacrosse for the boys and girls was the last sport added. So this is the 7th year. And it's been the North winning the first 3, the South winning the last 3. So it's dead even at 6. And firing at home for the North is Daniel O'Connor of Methuen. Another rifle shot. They're tied at 2. So we're right back where we started, dead even. North and the South, 2 apiece. Something's got to give. They both won 3 in the series. South has dominated lately, winning the last 3, trying to make it 4 in a row. And we've got some of the locals playing with the boys' South team. Shidley Police from Lynn English, Mike Clardy from Classical, Jordan Garcia from English. Chris Kirby was on the South. He got traded over to the North from St. Mary's. So we're down to the bitter end. Tomorrow night will be the granddaddy of the football. 57th annual. South got bumped, lost it, got it back. Looking to make a play from behind the net, trying to make the pass out in front. Tipped, loose, picked off. Body's getting knocked down. Jake Bedell from North Reading had it. Got bumped, got knocked down, stayed with it. Then it got loose and went out of play. And the South right back at it. Loose ball. North overran it. South got it back. Looked like Max Sheriff String was going to get it back. Looking to get the shot off, couldn't. Now trying to get through a couple of defenders that got knocked loose. South picks it up. Trying to throw it home was Christian Billingsley of Saugus. South retains possession. Trying to walk in, and it got tipped away from behind. Looking to get the shot off, and they got a piece of his stick and knocked it loose from behind. And now walking in, and they bounced it, and it went wide. Daniel O'Connell looking for his second goal. Got the nice pass, turned around, let it fly, but missed it to the far left side. Now it's North's turn to try and break the 2-2 tie. Trying to walk in, they flip it behind. Shot off the goaltender. Spinning around with a rifle shot was Max Sheriff Strang. And Mughal from Malden, the goalie, held the post and knocked it away. And now with that rifle shot from outside, and I think that was Aidan McAdams of Ipswich. And the North will have their first lead at 3-2. I stand corrected. I said number 8. It's number 9. Brett Miller, who scored the goal. I mentioned some of these numbers are difficult to pick up, differentiate between. Gets loose, gets picked up by Connor Bond of Malden, and he just rifled it from outside the 20-yard line. He just let that fly. And very quickly, the South ties it up. So Patrick Gillis of Ipswich with that rifle shot. And I'm looking at the wrong side of my score sheet. Number 5 is Connor Bond from Malden Catholic. I want to make sure I get the right name. I'm sure Patrick Gillis was happy I gave it to him, but he's on the other team. Popped up. Goaltender was looking for it behind the net. It popped out in front of the net. And the North retains possession. Again, trying to make a play from behind the net. Trying to keep track of everybody as they come in and off the field. Looking for another rifle shot from long distance, threw it by everything and out of play. North retained possession in a 3-3 game. We're halfway through the first half. Tip knocked away, loose ball. North comes up with it. Bodies go down. No call, they're letting them play. South comes away with it. And they quickly get it back in the North end. Here's another rifle shot by Craig Claflin of Catholic Memorial. He already has a goal. looking for his second. That was a little shake and bake move there. They threw it in front of the net. Claflin caught it, trying to go over the shoulder and throw it in. And here's over the shoulder throwing it in. That little backward throw. He looked at Claflin and said, you tried that? Let me see if I can do it. And he turned around and did it. Tyler Morris of Billerica gets the South back on top, 4-3. We told you this is for bragging rights. The teams are tied at 3 over the 7 years that they played this. Everybody piling up at midfield with the face-off. South comes away with it. Loose, and it goes out. And went out off Justin Loretti of Beverly. So North will get the ball. We looked, last game was the Crows. They had 2 subs on the bench. The boys now have got like an army. They got players all over the place. That's why they're just jumping onto the field. Loose, loose, still loose. South had it, knocked loose again. South finally gets it. Now knocked loose again. And it goes out. And they're calling it off the North. That was like a hot potato. Nobody could pick it up. Trying to walk in, spinning. Now setting it up outside. Hot shot. Nice save. Druslow from Salem made that very nice save. Four to 3 the South. 11.5 left in this first half. A little over-the-shoulder pass goes wide and out of play. North will retain possession. Another nice save. Mogul of Malden with a very nice save. They lost it right out in front. They had it, they dropped it, and they put it right in the lap of Kevin Murphy of North Reading. And he was all by himself out in front. And Mogul had no chance on that one. Each team has 4 different goal scorers. Now we have the face-off at midfield, everybody converging, everybody trying to get control. North comes away, gets deflected away. South knocks it loose. Everybody taking a swipe at it. North finally comes away with it. Zachary DeBay of Central Catholic finally picked it up. And we talk about how difficult it is for these guys who have never played together before. They come from everywhere. How tough is it when you're only playing a minute or two at a time? The substitutions are coming in by leaps and bounds, just jumping off the sideline, jumping out and in. But Malden Catholic Memorial, Salem Academy is out there. North Reading, Central Catholic, Hamilton Wenham, Masconomet, Ipswich. A lot of schools represented. And like I've been saying many times, these young men, they've competed against each other in the leagues during the year. They might have played Little League or Babe Ruth baseball against each other. AU baseball, youth lacrosse. Some may even be swimming, football. And there are friendships going to be made from this game tonight that people thought never possible. Another behind the back by Alex Alessi of Essex Tech went wide. You look and say, like English and classical, I could never be friends with classical. I could never. St. Mary's, Bishop Fenwick, bitter enemies on the fields, on the courts, on the ice. But now they get together, they play with each other in this game, get to know each other, and they become friends. Nice pass and a little behind the back action. And that's Alex Alessi. Putting South back on top by one. He got the nice pass on the far side and just went. South has got a couple behind the back shots that have gone in. And we go back to the face-off. Everybody will look to put it in play. Everybody charging to the middle. Ball loose. Everybody trying to pry it, trying to get it. Pops loose. Loose again. North finally comes up with it. And South knocks it down. Popping around. Goes out off North. South coming back the other way. Out in front, nice save. Found open out in front. Jerslow from Salem made a very nice save. There's a rocket. And picking it off was Mogul. He just caught it. Hard shot, but he made it look easy. And there's another drill. He bounced it and it bounced wide. Trying to knock it past. And that was Craig Claflin again. He scored the first goal of the game. He's had a couple of opportunities. And he had another one there. Tipped away. South wound up with it. South gets it back. Knocked loose. Nice defense by Chris Kirby of St. Mary's. He knocked that ball loose and took it away. And now there's another rocket shot by Connor Bond of Malden Catholic, and Jerslow of Salem made another big-time save. Coming up on 5 minutes left, 5-4 to South. It's a nice night. It's cool. There's a bit of a breeze. And thank God they're not playing next week, because next week is supposed to be all up in the 90s, starting with Sunday like 96, 92. And if it's in the 90s playing this game, especially the football game, nice pass in front. He went downstairs. He was falling down. And as he was falling down, he went underneath the goaltender and pushed it in. And that was Patrick Gillis of Ipswich. That's his second goal. But if you get bad enough with these kids, at least they have shorts and a T-shirt. Football players with a lot of that equipment on. Bad enough it would be in the 90s, but it would be even worse down on that turf. It would hold on to all that heat. It would be brutal and unbearable. Trying to walk in, trying to get two in a row was Gillis. He wound up getting knocked down for his efforts. North holds on. We're dead even at 5. Coming up on 3 minutes left, and now they break the tie. And Gillis makes it 2 in a row. His hat trick. And for the second time in the game, North has a 1-goal lead for the second time. They led 2-1. Here we go with the face-off, trying to get control, loose, still loose. North comes away with it. A nice little pick there by Gillis. Looked like he was going over his head. Trying to come out from behind the goal. He hit off the post. Made a great move from behind the net. And that was Nick Capra from Salem. And he threw it off the post. So the South will have a chance to tie it up. Now they give it away as Jaslow comes up with the loose ball and throws it upfield. So North looking to add to a 1-goal lead. It's been nip and tuck all the way through. We're in the final 2 minutes and counting. Shot. Nice save by the goaltender Mogul again. He's been very good in net, as has Jazzle. The goaltenders have been very good. So the South will look to tie it up in the closing minute. Nice passing there. A minute and counting. Six to 5. The North trying to get a shot off and can't. Gets a shot off and throws it way wide. Christian Billingsley of Saugus went way wide. And South has to get a little giddy up in their step. 30 seconds and counting. Left in the half. Walking in and scoring, he went from behind the net, circled, went right out in front, and Devin Patel of Malden Catholic makes it 6-6, and that's going to end the half. The clock will wind down. So not much to choose. It was back and forth, North led a couple of times by a goal. South kept advancing by a goal. North looked like they might carry a 1-goal lead into the second half. And that nice little move by Devin Patel of Catholic Memorial coming from behind the net, swinging right out dead center, fired it home. And we're right back where we started. We were dead even when we started the game. We're dead even at halftime. North 6, South 6 at halftime of this, the 7th Agganis All-Star Lacrosse game. We're underway in the second half. It was a barn burner of the first half. Nobody to choose between. 6-6 to score. South scored that last goal just about killing the clock. There was seconds left. They just let the clock run out. Finished the first half. Dead even at 6. For the North, it was Connor Bowen with a hat trick. 6 different scorers for the South. Bowen is the only multiple scorer. Knocked loose, still loose. South had it, knocked loose again. Banging going on. In a crowd. Still on the ground. Finally coming up with it. Walking in and a big-time save. Eric Almquist from Malden Catholic made the big save. As walking in was Brett Miller looking for his second goal. Got in close, let it fly, Nicholas Sanderson of Saugus, and it went wide. South coming back. There's a little move there. There's a nice little move. Can't get the shot off, though. And winding up and firing it again was Sanderson of Saugus, and again he missed the net. From the far side, the shot went right by the net and went out of play. So they turn over to the North. We're winding down again this week. It just seems like yesterday we were saying the start of again this week, there'll be 9 different games, Sunday through Thursday. And all of a sudden, we're into Wednesday, and this is the 8th game, and the only one left after this, after the second half, will be the football game. And tonight, both the North and the South football teams, there were buses out here, and I don't know who supplied the buses. I wish I had found out. There were buses out here to take both the North and the South football teams, along with the director, Matt Durgan, and some other individuals, to Fenway Park for the game against the Angels, because it's Harry Agganis night at Fenway Park. They're going to honor and put a memorial plaque of Harry at Fenway Park, which is most deserving. Shot goes wide. And that was Garrett Young of Masconomet throwing it wide. Shot goes wide again by the North. And that was Patrick Gillis of Ipswich. He was looking for a 4-bagger. And again it goes wide. That time it was Kevin Murphy of North Reading looking for his second goal. So North buzzing around the net, but they can't get it on net. Looking to walk in, another save. A nice one by Almquist. North picks up the loose ball. They get tangled up, it goes to the ground, and we get a flag. That's the first time I've seen the flag coming out. They blew the whistle, almost like football. The yellow flag comes out. And South attacking the North. Free substitution again. North with the ball. It gets deflected away. Trying to walk in. Shot wide again. Liam Burke gave it to Garrett Young, and he let it fly from a little bit of an angle, almost even with the goaltender. Threw it wide. North keeping it. They've had it for like the last 3 or 4 minutes, but they can't get the shot on net. When they do, Almquist has made a couple of saves. Another rip. This one by Brett Miller of Andover. Again, looking for his second goal. He threw it high over everything and out of play. That's nice play. They threw it out to Liam Burke. He was flying in. As he got just about to the 20-yard line, they hit him with the pass, and he just hit a rifle shot. His first goal. So all that pressure finally pays off for the North as they score a goal. And they go on top, 7-6. Burke of Central Catholic, he's going to St. Anselm's. Oh, some pretty good schools. Alabama, Huntsville. Drislow, the goalkeeper from Salem in the first half, that's where he's going. University of Minnesota, St. Lawrence, Loyola of Maryland, Colby, University of Colorado, University of Tampa, Boston College. I don't think Belize from English is playing in this game. I don't think Cloudy or Garcia are playing either, the locals. And he is cutting from one side just as he got to the middle. Let a little left-handed shot go. Zachary DeBay. This is the first time that North has a 2-goal lead. Ursinus College, I have no idea what that is. Mass Maritime. Mike Clardy from Classical is going to junior hockey. Connor Bond, who's got the hat trick in this game, going to Harvard. That's not too shabby. It's been all North here the last several minutes. They got the 2 goals, and they've dominated everything, keeping it in the south end. South finally comes up with it. And they give it to the goaltender, Almquist. And he lets it fly upfield. Nice pass. That went almost 50 yards. shot gets fired, and it goes out of play. Ten minutes into this second half. Coming out from behind the net and letting it fly and knocking it home. He's coming over the sideline so I can get his number. I believe it's (11). Tyler Morris is the first one to get 2 goals for the South. Gets it back within 8-7. South's trying to come up with a loose ball. And it's going to go out of play. And they're calling it off the South, I believe. No, they're calling it off the North, so South will get it. Jordan Garcia is in this game. I didn't see him. I gave him credit for the first goal before they changed it from 8 to 6. And Mike Clardy is here. I apologize for not. I think I did mention the names earlier about the local kids that were playing. Loose, still loose. They finally blow the whistle. And they're going to give it to the South. Looking to tie it up here. I think it's Police is here. He's going to the Marines. I wish him the best of luck. It gets thrown out. Mike Clardy, of course, was had a very good year for the Jets hockey team and very competitive. They lost a very tough game in the semifinals of the division hockey to Swampscott. A game in which his brother scored his 100th point, and it was an unassisted goal in the state tournament. I don't know how many people have. We've had a lot of people score 100 points. I don't know how many people scored the 100th point unassisted goal in the state tournament. Walking right in, and a nice save. Almquist. So just the length of almost the length of the field, walked in. I believe that was Daniel O'Connor of Methuen, and he just let it rip, and Almquist just made the save. South again in control, trying to get back in the game. They trail 8-7. Got loose, but they get it back. Trying to make a play from behind, looking for somebody to give it to. Almost threw it away. Walking in, it went wide. South came up with it, and we got another flag as bodies go down, and they're going to give it back to the South. That was the third time that Sanderson from Saugus came in from the near side and let it fly and missed the net. But it was picked off on the other side by Alessi of Essex Tech, and then people got knocked down. So still trying to get that goal to tie it. North held on for a long time in the second half, but couldn't get the goal. Then they finally got two to grab a 2-goal lead. South came back and got it. South has been hanging around the North net for a while. They have been able to tie it up. From long range, picked off again. Alquist has been very alert, picking the ball up. And that's a nice play there. Looking over the shoulder, one-handed, scooping that up. That's Craig Claflin of Catholic Memorial. And now it's taken away. With a rush. Had it. Lost it. He almost lost his stick. Lost control of his stick and the ball popped out. South got it. Now they dropped it on the way upfield. North bringing it back. Loose. Off the ground. South picks it up. Nice passing, gets it back upfield. And it's South again, trying to get the tying goal. Shot off the goaltender. Nice save by McAdams of Ipswich. Nice save again. McAdams picked that one off. So South denied the tying goal once again. And the North brings it back. Another nice save by Alquist. Austin Ziedos of Masconomet drilled that one from about 15 yards away. And Alquist made another big save. He's been very good in net. Looking to try and get a shot off. Finally gets it off, but couldn't get a real good shot off as he was being bumped and banged. And that was Rodding of Beverly. A rifle shot ties the game. I think it was Billingsley of Saugus. Now I don't think it was Billingsley of Saugus. Might have been Claflin. Christian Billingsley of Saugus. So we're tied again. Picking it off is McAdams of Ipswich. Drops it, fell right out of Tyler Layton's grasp. Now it's North's turn once again, this time to try and break the tie. And they fire it, and it goes out. South will retain possession. 8-8. 10 minutes left in the game. Fakes the shot, walks in. Big time save by Aiden McAdams. He just picked it off. North's turn to try and score. And here's Almquist with a big time save off the rifle shot by Daniel O'Connor of Methuen. So back and forth we go. Almost lost it. South gets it back. Double teamed. Pass goes by everybody. And hustling over between 3 or 4 people. Getting it first. And that was Claflin, I believe. Claflin walks in. And they got a piece of his stick and knocked the ball loose. He couldn't get the shot off. He made a nice move. Looked like he was going to walk in and score. So who's going to blink first? Who's going to get the goal? 8-8. Both teams got 6 in the first. Both teams have got 2 here in the second. And here's another. Did he save it? Almquist with another big time save. Jake Bedell walked in. Almquist robbed him. 8 minutes and counting. We told you the series is dead even. Shot. There's the save. McAdams again. Goaltenders have been immense in the second half. 12 goals, 6 apiece in the first half. Only 2 apiece in the second half. The goaltenders have been exceptional, making some big-time saves. Shot went wide with a rush. Max Sheriff String from Masconomet try to go inside the near post and missed it. Now they go clear across court to Troy Vanier of Swampscott. Looked like he was going to wind up and let it fly and didn't. They go back behind the net. So it's South's turn now as we go back and forth. And now it got tipped and knocked away. North picks it up. And North will take it downfield. They were lucky to get that pass complete. And they score. I think it's Kevin Swenson of Ipswich. Just a couple of feet out in front of Almquist. He's made every save he's had to make, and he had no chance on that one. Almost point-blank range. And Swenson of Ipswich is going to UMass Dartmouth. Breaks the logjam. And with 5.5 left, the North takes a 9-8 lead. They're trying to break South's 3-game win streak and take an edge in the series that's tied at 3 apiece. As we mentioned, North won the first 3 games of the series. South won the next 3. And right now, with 5 minutes left, North is leading at 9-8 as we go back and forth. Shot got blocked, goes to the ground. People swinging their sticks. Armcourse comes away with the ball. If you were watching on TV 15, you watch the girls' game, you see the girls didn't wear helmets. If you watch this game, the boys are wearing helmets because they move those sticks around, and the last thing you want to do is hit somebody in the head, cause a concussion. I'm not sure why they don't make it mandatory for the girls to wear helmets, because just inadvertently, by accident, somebody could get hit in the head, and you get hit in the head with those sticks. That's big time concussion. Four minutes and counting. Ball goes loose, lost by the South, gained by the North. South almost knocked it loose. Now they didn't knock it loose. South gets it back. So the turnover gives it back. South turns it over. Now the North turns it over. The official has to hustle it back upfield. He went down thinking the ball was going the other way. Walking in. Sanson's been getting all kinds of opportunities, but they've all come from the side. This one came from dead center, and he rifled it home, and went dead even again at 9. And we got 3 minutes left in the game. North had the biggest lead of the game, too, when they made it 8-6 in the second half after they put an awful lot of pressure, held it in the South end for a long time. And they finally made it 8-6, but then South came back, and now here comes the North right back. Brett Miller of Andover gets his second goal. He fired that one from just inside the 20-yard line. And the net, of course, is on the 10-yard line. And it just went inside the near post, inside the right leg of Armcourse, the goaltender. And it's 10-9. The South. Final 2 minutes and counting. The North holding on to a skinny one goal lead, not one run. Going back to baseball and softball that started this week. Walking in, trying to get the shot, missed it. South will get it back with a chance to tie. And they better hurry up. Closing in on a minute left. Under a minute. And I think he got bumped as he was taking the shot, and it went high and wide and out of play. That was Kevin Swenson of Ipswich. South has got to hustle, 30 seconds. It goes out, North is going to get it, and North is going to win it. All they have to do is hold on. 15 seconds left. They go way downfield. They threw it away. South is going to get it back, but they're not going to have enough time to do anything. They're trying to hurry, get it upfield, and the time is going to run out. And the South is not going to get 4 in a row. The North is going to, after winning the first 3, North comes back and wins the 7th. They're going to take a 4-3 lead in the series, and they break the South's 3-game streak. And it was all kinds of people scoring for the South. Craig Claflin, Matthew Rodding, Connor Bond, Tyler Morris had a couple. Alex Alessi, Devin Patel, Christian Billingsley, and Nicholas Sanderson got the game winner. Or got the game tie at 9-9. On the other side, Patrick Gillis had the hat trick. Daniel O'Connor scored. Brett Miller got 2, including the winner. Liam Burke scored. Zachary DeBay scored. Kevin Swenson scored. And the locals played well. Shidley Belize, Mike Cloudy, Jordan Garcia played for the South. Chris Kirby played well for the North after being traded just before the game. And we'll have the presentations of the MVPs. For the North, Patrick Gillis with his hat trick. And for the South, Tyler Morris of Barica, who had 2. And again, congratulations to all the seniors. It's a great way to go out, finishing up your high school career. They represented their schools, their parents, themselves, their cities extremely well. They've been doing that for 4 years, and now they move on to their next spot, and we wish them absolutely the best of luck. They're all terrific gentlemen, and they're going to some great schools, and they'll have some great stories to tell when they come back. Right now, we're down to 1 game left in Agganis week, and that's the granddaddy, the football game, as the 7th lacrosse boys game is in the book. And the tie is broken. The North is going to take a 4-3 lead. They snap 3-game win streak for the South, and they win it. The last minute goal by Brett Miller is the difference in the game, and the North wins it 10-9. So we hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.